What's up, guys? We're here for week 4 of the series where we invest $1,000 into the Counter-Strike market. I saw that Brongo, the owner of CSROI, and he's just a really stand-up guy in general. I saw he tweeted that the fracture case has likely been removed, and I just immediately went on and just bought up as much as I could. I had a good amount of Steam balance. I had like something like almost 900, so I was able to get quite a bit. I got these for like 55 cents on the Steam market, and now as you can see, they're 83 cents. Like I was pretty lucky to get them pretty fast. I also got like a few hundred from Hail Skins. So over all in all, I think I got a bit more than 2,000 Facture cases, and it came out to about $1,000. So we'll call these our acquisitions of this week. Yeah, as you can see, I have like 2.5k Fracture cases. I think previously I only had about like 300. So I was able to quickly get 2.2k, and I got these for pretty cheap prices. I didn't get them pre-pump. Like the Brongo tweet already started a mini hype cycle. I mean, things are already up like 15% when I got it, but now things are up like, as you can see, 40%. So I still got in pretty early, and I'm planning on holding these forever. So these will be great. I do think the fracture case it will probably go down a little bit over the next couple weeks. That's usually what happens. If you look at previously removed cases, yeah, if you can see when the snakebite case was removed, it shot up to more than $1, and then over the next few weeks, it actually went back all the way, almost all the way. It actually still ended up settling over twice the previous price. So previously it was at 14 cents. It shot up to all the way to like $1.16, and then it settled at like 40, 50 cents, something like that. Yeah, basically settled at 40 cents. Oh no, actually over time it actually trended down, I see. So it only like, I guess it settled at something like 50% over its previous price. So if we apply the same thing to the fracture case, it should settle at something like 75 cents. So it's actually like not a terrible buy right now. I think it might even go higher. I don't think everyone actually knows that the fracture case was removed yet because it wasn't publicly announced. And God forbid, it might even be a mistake. If it is and they add it back, that would be crushing, and the price would go back down. But I don't think they will. I think the fracture case is due for removal. It's been over 5 years, like half a decade. The fracture case, if it wasn't removed soon, the items inside the fracture case were just going to become too common. If you go on CS Stonks, as you can see, the fracture case's supply was already really high, almost reaching the clutch case, which actually had the highest supply. But now that the fracture case is removed, its supply is going to go up really slowly. So the total remaining is going to go down rapidly. And since the clutch case is already at about $1, I believe, the clutch case is at $1.20 at on the Steam market. But if you can see, the fracture case actually has much better fundamentals than the clutch case. It has like a slightly lower supply. I believe it has a bigger unboxing rate, maybe. Let me check. So monthly unboxings is about 3.4 million, whereas for the clutch case, I believe it's much lower. Yeah, for the clutch case, the monthly unboxings are significantly lower, like a fifth or sixth of it. So, but I imagine the unboxings for the fracture case is going to drop off a lot as the price increases. So the difference isn't going to be that big. But I still think fundamentally, in terms of the numbers, the fracture case has better fundamentals than the clutch case. However, if we compare the golds, the clutch case has some really nice gloves and some like nice skins as well. Well, the skins aren't that nice, to be honest. Let's compare this to the fracture case. The fracture case has a deagle print stream. This is obviously going to go up in price a lot, and I'm happy to own one of these. Other than that, let's be honest, these aren't the best skins. And if we look at the gold, it has some really nice golds, to be honest. And these golds, they are only available through the fracture case and the shattered web case. And obviously, the shattered web case is way more expensive. So you're going to be basically, they're only available in the fracture case unless you want to spend an arm and a leg to unbox. So these are pretty nice golds actually. So they already have a high supply, but I imagine a lot of people will want the skeleton fades, skeleton slaughters, even the case hardens, and the default knife as well. Although the default version of all these knives are now available in the fever case. So because the fever case is glitched. So that actually brings down the value of the fracture case a little bit. All in all, I think the fracture case is actually a pretty good investment and I would be investing in it. And this sort of contradicts what I said in one of my earliest videos, but I already changed my mind before, and I said it in a previous video that I was reconsidering my thesis on the fracture case after recalculating the numbers, and especially comparing it relatively to the other cases like clutch case. The fracture case looks really good. I said that if the fracture case was to be removed recently, that I would think it's a good investment, at least better than the clutch case, and it's been removed even faster than I thought. Previously, I made a prediction that the fracture case would be removed in October along with the armory rotation, and it's actually happened faster, so that's pretty good. So yeah, pretty tame this week. I just picked up the 2.2K fracture cases, came out to about $1,000, and I will be looking to collect more of these as the price, if the price comes down, maybe under 75 cents, because as I said before, you can expect a 50% boost. Well, the fracture case was like something like 53 cents, so I guess even 80 cents would not be a terrible buy, right? And the price is actually coming down a little bit, so if you have Steam balance, now might even still be a good investment time. But I would dollar cost average into this because the price is going to be swinging all over the place, so you never know. And you'll have plenty of time to make your investments because, now that we know it's removed, it's not going anywhere. There's plenty of supply, so price shouldn't like go like skyrocketing. So you'll have time to get in.